Good morning, beloveds. As I'm fussing with the camera angle. Funny story. For the last couple of weekends of the Renaissance Festival, my husband and I are splitting the Sunday shift. So I get up with him at 5:30 in the morning, although I got up at 6. And then I reset my alarm and go back to bed. Well, apparently, when I tried to reset the alarm, I actually reset the time, so I had to fix that. And in the process of fixing that, apparently I knocked the radio station that my alarm is off. And I knocked it to no radio station, because there's a couple of really close. So I knocked it far enough off that when the alarm went off, it was white noise, and I slept through it, which proves to me that I needed to sleep. So, totally okay. So, here I am. The alarm was supposed to go off at 8:30, and I woke up at 9:20. And then I had to feed the cats, because, yeah, you gotta feed the cats before you can do anything else. And so here I am. All right. Oh, I need to change the page. Okay. And if I'm distracted, Foster was in here. Well, he's still in here. He just got up off the couch now. So, it is November 21st. Our title is, I Rely Upon the One Perfect Activity of God. Verily, verily, I say unto you, that he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also. And the greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. John 14:12, which is one I quote a lot, so that's really cool. Okay. The all-intelligent, creative presence is the source of all that I am. I believe in the ability and the willingness of this great source to sustain its own creation. The kingdom and the power and the glory of God expresses through me. I recognize myself to be a center through which the intelligence and the power of the universe find expression. The infinite mind operating through me now brings to me the manifestation of harmony, order, and the highest good. The consciousness of peace and plenty is established within me. All that is necessary to my happiness and well-being now comes into my experience. Turning my mind unto the divine, I seek to draw into my own soul the essence of everything that is good, true, and beautiful. I seek to draw into my own mind the realization of the divine presence and the power of good until my whole being responds. There can be neither limitation nor lack, for nothing has happened to the one perfect activity. It is in full operation for me. I am now free from any sense of bondage. All power is given unto me from on high. Knowing this, I am strong with the strength of the all-vitalizing power of the universe. I am sustained and healed by a divine stream of spirit energy which flows through me as radiant health and vitality. Every fiber of my being responds to the spiritual flow. I stand revealed as the perfect child of the perfect Father. Strength and courage are my divine birthright. I am now expressing my true self. All that God hath is mine. I draw from the spiritual treasure house all that I need. All right then. There you go. It seems like in November, because November is generally a month of Thanksgiving, and it seems like in November they pulled more from what look like and sound like treatments. A lot of Ernest Holmes' books were not written by Ernest Holmes. They were actually transcribed from his talks, his lectures, his speaking engagements. And that's one of the reasons why they're so good, because Ernest is a very dynamic speaker. And if you've read the Science of Mind text, not the best writer. He had very definite ideas that he wanted to get down, but when he wrote the text, it wasn't as engaging as his speaking. So a lot of his really good books are transcribed from his lectures. And that's, I feel like that a couple of these that I've done in November specifically have been that. They have been transcribed from lectures, and I think they're actually parts of the treatment. Because this is the one where I'd be like, okay, I got to get something done, and I want to center myself and know my oneness. Well, this is one that I would use. This is absolutely one that I would use. Just like on the 19th, I was like, that one is a great one for healing, for, feeling, for emotional, physical, and spiritual healing. Whereas this one's about knowing who you are. This one is about knowing that you are that perfect activity center, that all of the power that God has absolutely can flow through you. And that's the good news and the interesting news. It's like absolutely all of the power that God has can flow through you. The only thing that can get in your way is you. That's why I say it's the good news and the interesting news. The only person who can limit the power that God has to flow through you is you. Nobody else can get in your way. Now, by saying that, it doesn't mean that what other people say can't influence how you feel about yourself. And so that's one thing you want to be really careful about. There's a whole lot of people who have very definite ideas about who can contact God and who the power of God works for and through. Well, they're wrong. They're absolutely wrong. Because each and every one of us is made by God, and we are made to be channels of that love and that power and that peace. But we get in our own way. So this is really an amazing one. If you are getting ready to start a work, be it physical, be it mental, be it emotional, and it can be used for great spiritual undertakings that are designed to change the world, or they can be used for mundane, I got to get up and go to work today, and do little things, or I have stuff around my house to do. There's no reason why you can't use that. The absolute beauty of science of mind, in my opinion, and I probably have a lot of these, is that treatment, which is, our terminology for prayer, can be used for absolutely everything. It can be used for the most grandest spiritual undertaking, but it can also be used to wash the dishes. Now, I don't mean that you can treat to have the dishes washed. I mean, you can. And maybe, somebody in your household will go, hey, I'm going to do you a favor. You're not compelling them, but, but you can also treat to have the energy to go wash your dishes. Some days, and I think it came out of an MS group, but they talk about the spoon theory where, you only have so many spoons in the drawer, and you have to, depending on how many spoons you have in your drawer, there are things that are not going to get done because you're going to run out of spoons. And some days you have more spoons than others. Well, November 19th, you can treat to have more spoons. And today, you can treat that your spoons last long enough, or that you can treat for infinite spoons. I was going somewhere with that analogy, and I think I lost its thread, so I'm going to move on. It happens. It's been a long fair season. It's been a great fair season. Yesterday was beautiful, and the people were really good. Barbarian weekend, which is sad because most of the cultures that get labeled barbarians actually had wonderful and beautiful cultures. And then, but history is written by the victors. Let me get off the anthropology and get back to the spiritual. All right, so I rely upon the one perfect activity of God. Verily I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he also do, and the greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. And that is John 14:12. That is Jesus telling the disciples, everything that you have seen me do, you can do also, and more. Greater things than I have done on this earth. And he raised the dead. He raised Lazarus from the dead. Greater things than these you shall do, because I go unto my Father. I know who I am, and this is why I can do these things. And when you know who you are, then you will be able to do all that I have done, and you will find more that you can do. Jesus had a very short time with us, so he didn't show us everything that we're capable of. That's up to us to find. All right. The all-intelligent creative presence is the source of all that I am. Can you, that right there, I mean, that is the ultimate power statement. I believe in the ability and the willingness of this great source to sustain its own creation. Well, I am its own creation. You are its own creation. It created us, and it will sustain us. The kingdom and the power and the glory of God expresses through me. That is our purpose. Whatever else we do is our choice. Absolutely. Anything else is our choice. But we are here to express spirit. That is our purpose. And it comes out in all kinds of interesting and amazing and diverse ways. We are here to express. So when people talk about your purpose, that's what it is. Take comfort in that. You don't have a grand destiny. You have the chance and the ability to express. I recognize myself to be a center through which the intelligence and the power of the universe find expression. The infinite mind operating through me now brings to me the manifestation of harmony, order, and the highest good. I mean, that's what I want. I want peace, harmony. I'm a little iffy on the order. I like a little bit of mess and chaos. But I know what it means. I know what it means. This is me being funny. Order. Things happen the way they should. You know, the sun comes up in the east and sets in the west. The flowers bloom. The birds sing. Babies are born. And we live our lives. And all the messiness in between, well, it is what it is. And the highest good. The highest good. The highest good. Sometimes a little messiness is good. Messiness is on grand scales. We're working on that. We're working on that. The consciousness of peace and plenty is established within me. All that is necessary to my happiness and well-being now comes into my experience. When you know who you are, then you know you have the power to deal with any situation that you walked into. So when you walk into messy situations, you know that you have the power to affect them. You may not have the power to change them. That may not be your job. But you have the power to affect them. Just simply by being the beloved child of God that you are. You can bring a sense of peace and a sense of calm into any situation when you know who you are. Turning my mind into the divine, I seek to draw into my own soul the essence of everything that is good, true, and beautiful. Everything that is good, true, and beautiful already exists in your soul. What you are trying to do is bring it to the surface. It's already there. It's already there. You just want to bring it to the surface. I seek to draw into my own mind the realization of the divine presence and the power of good until my whole being responds. And that's what I'm talking about. That's the purpose of spiritual practice. All of that already exists within you and within me and within every living thing. And so your job is to bring it to the surface. And regular spiritual practice does that. There can be neither limitation nor lack, for nothing has happened to the one perfect energy. It's about opening to that perfect energy. It is in full operation for me. I am now free from any sense of bondage. All power is given unto me from on high. Knowing this, I am strong with the strength of the all-vitalizing power of the universe. That's what I'm talking about, the spoons. If I don't have enough spoons to do something, then I can treat to have more spoons, or I can treat to have people who have more spoons. Maybe that's where I completed that analogy. I don't have to do it all by myself. There are amazing, wonderful, living, loving beings around me that can lend a hand. I am sustained and healed by a divine stream of spirit energy which flows through me as radiant health and vitality. Every fiber of my being responds to this spiritual flow. I stand revealed as the perfect child of the perfect Father. Strength. I know, I hit that word and went, I don't know what to... Okay, let me try that again. Every fiber of my being responds to this spiritual flow. I stand revealed as the perfect child of perfect spirit. Strength and courage are my divine birthright, and I am now expressing my true self. All that God hath is mine. I draw from the spiritual treasure house all that I need. All right. It's a good one. Everything that God has, everything that Spirit has, Spirit is absolutely willing to grant us, to give us. And it will give it to us before we even ask, but it is us asking that allows us to accept it. And that may be an extremely important point, is God will give us anything we want, even before we ask. But it is the asking that brings it into our consciousness, the willingness to accept it. God can only give us what we can accept. Therefore, us needing to ask for it is probably us being open to the willingness to accept it. Let me say the best point for last. The best point for last. All right, beloveds. It is going to be a gorgeous day. It may hit 80 degrees, so drink plenty of water. And you know what? The mission for the day is the title. Your mission today is to rely upon the one perfect activity of God, because it's who you are. It's who you are. The perfect activity means the whole activity. It doesn't mean we won't make mistakes, but it means that we can rectify them. And it means that we can do anything that we set our minds out to. All right. So I also, as always, encourage you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, even if you do it unintentionally, i.e. I knocked my alarm off its radio station and slept for an extra hour this morning. All right? If it's big, if it's small, it doesn't matter. The loving, kind, and compassionate thing you do for you, that is practice to help it become your first response. You deserve it. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion, because you are a beloved child of God. And I would like it to become a permanent habit. That's why I ask you to practice it every day. I would like it to become your default setting. I would like it to become your first response. I would like you to have a bank of that love, kindness, and compassion to share, because you're going to meet people that need it. And when you have a little extra for yourself, it's easier to share. All right, beloveds. I do encourage you to drink plenty of water. I do encourage you to go and engage your mind and your body, unless it is a day of rest, because today is a day of rest for me. Although I'm going to go out and work the second half of the fair. So, hey, there it is. And I do encourage you to go get that face full of sun first thing in the morning to reset your hormones. And to make today a brighter day. And besides, go out and enjoy the weather. Right now it's good, and it could be a little wet later. We try not to think about the 4-letter word called rain during fair season. So take care of yourself. Know that you are beloved. Know that you're loved. Know that you're loved. and open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It is all around us. We have to do what Emma says, to look for the good and praise it. Because the more we look, the more we see, the more we see, the more there is. It has this beautiful way of multiplying when we look for it and are grateful for it. Okay. We're going to have an amazing service for you at 11 a.m. So I need to get off of this and go eat breakfast because Reverend Arthur is speaking today. Jesse had another obligation, so we occasionally let him take a day off. And if you haven't heard Reverend Arthur, you're going to love him. And if you miss him on the Facebook Live, then know that I'll catch him up on the YouTube channel. So Creative Life Spiritual Center is the YouTube channel. And I've sorted all of the ministers and practitioners that speak. That if they've been on the stage more than twice and I have them on video, they have their own playlist. So go to the page, click on the playlist, and you can see anything and anything that everybody has done since we started recording these. And there was something else, and I don't remember what it is, so I probably need to go eat. Have an amazing day, a stupendous day, a supercalifragilistic day, an enchanting day, an adventurous day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. But know that you're loved. All right, beloveds, I'll see you soon on the broadcast. Know that you're loved.